Hey guys, remember, if you're a small business owner, if you're an independent shop, if you're a bigger shop, whatever it is, if you're a dealership and you're trying to get some extra training, there is an ASTE event coming up in Durham, North Carolina. Check it out. If you go on Google and you actually just type in ASTE event and look for the Durham, North Carolina one coming up 28th, 29th, and 30th. It's life-changing. It is an experience that you will leave with, and it will change your whole perspective on how you're doing business. There's different classes that you can take, your manager can take, your technicians can take, your service advisors can take, and it just basically educates them on the business, how to do their job a little bit more efficiently, gives them some more tools to work with, and puts them in place with some hands-on training that they might not be able to receive normally. So check it out. It's an ASTE event, Durham, North Carolina. Let's get into our video. Good morning, by the way. So, against our better judgment, my business partner decided to take a vehicle on without actually... it's hard to explain the situation. This dude picked this up from another shop. He had about $1,400 worth of work, hoses and everything else put in the engine because it was leaking like crazy. Dude says he drove the vehicle out of the shop when they were done, and they said something about the starter starting to get weak. It's starting to really lack when they're starting, and it's not the battery. It seems like it's actually the starter. So he's driving the vehicle, and he starts to run out of gas. The fuel light is on. It starts spitting and sputtering. It cruises over to the side of the road, and the vehicle dies. And he's sitting there trying to crank it on the side of the road, and what ends up happening is he just realizes flat out it ain't gonna start. So he gets a hold of us and he's like, hey, would y'all put a starter on this? I already got my own starter. And we already said that we're not doing customer supply parts and stuff anymore, and we need to diagnose the vehicle and not go off somebody else's diagnosis. But this customer insisted it was the starter that was the problem, because the previous shop told him it was the starter that was the problem, is why it was hard starting. So the vehicle got towed here, and we right off the tow truck right into the shop, literally 30 feet right in the shop, right on the lift, pull the starter out of it, get inside the vehicle, try to crank it over with the starter out of it. The original starter tries to crank right up. Go ahead and put the starter back in the vehicle, try to start it, won't turn the engine over. Click, 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 click. So the guy says, no, put a new starter in it. Just do it anyway, put a starter in it. We'll put a starter in it, and now this motherfucker won't start. Just flat out won't start. And the customer is pissed. He's motherfucking me on the phone up and down every which way you can possibly be motherfucked. And he's on my motherfucking car. It was running when it was on the motherfucking side of the road. And I'm on a motherfucking this and then motherfucking that. And I'm like, hey, man, let me go out. Let me look at it. Let me verify the engine is locked up, because that's what it seemed. But you were so adamant with my partner that it's a starter. It's a starter because of previous shop. No, the engine's fucked. All right, go ahead, try to start it. Just flat out, there it is right there. It's still trying to start. Yeah, it's trying to engage, but it ain't doing nothing. So let's do this here. It just flat out won't start. And now we're gonna try to actually bar the engine over.
It's the only way to get in it with this, so.
Yeah, the engine won't turn.
I'll crack the final balance at first. There's oil leakage all over on the bottom.
Oil leaking all over the bottom of it. And you said the filter's up here, right?
Filter's right here. I'm gonna drop it, show you right inside. Watch your toes.
So here's the oil filter right here. I'm gonna pull the oil filter. Look how nasty that looks. Oh God.
Open it up.
Oh, it's full of sludge, man.
Looks like sand in there if you look really good. And there is a plastic fitting, piece of plastic in there somewhere I seen yesterday. It just makes me.
It's all gritty. Bro, that's nasty, man. So, little update about this Audi Q5 customer. I explained to him that I can get a brand new engine through the dealer, costs $22,000. That's not an option. They don't even make a brand new one anymore, right? So then I tell the guy, I said, look, a reman one through the dealer with the dealer warranty and everything else, blah blah blah, it is $14,000, and that's my price with no markup. So by the time you see it, you're at least going to get hit $16,000 out the gate. That's business. And he says $1,500 markup. I said, fuck, I can go like 18, 19. That's business. And I said, I only win $1,500. You want to get the engine yourself? And no. And I said, this engine takes 3 to 4 weeks to come from Germany. You can't find a lot of these reman 3.2 liters here in the United States. There's a couple companies that may make them, but most of the time when you click on the reman websites on a 3.2 liter for the Audis, they take you to a used option on the company's website and not a reman one. I went to remanengines.com or something yesterday, and it said reman 3.2 liter, and I clicked on it and it reverted me to another section of their page to a 119,000 mile 3.2 liter, and they want $2,900 for it. Well, I can get 119,000 mile through another company that we use with a 1-year warranty for $2,900. So I wouldn't go with this website because they don't offer the same warranty. At least the one warranty from the guy we know, it's $2,900 with no price markup. It's just flat $2,900. With the price markup, it ends up going out to like $3,600 with warranty for 1 year parts and labor. If you don't buy a warranty with them, you don't pay the extra $550 for the year labor. It goes to like 30, I don't know what it was, like $3,300 with a little bit of a markup so the business can make some money, which is minimal. Normally a $2,600 engine that we can get at our price gets sold to the customer about $3,700, $3,800, because we assume some of the liability in that 6 month because there's no labor warranty for a standard 6 month used engine parts only coverage. So we mark up the price like 20%, 25% or something like that. Whatever that comes out to. I think it's like 25%. So it's like a $800, $900 markup to help with the labor cost should anything happen in the future in that 6 months that labor warranty's there, or that the part warranty's there. I told the guy that, and I said out the door with transfer of parts and everything else, with miscellaneous chemicals wrapped up into it, the long block assembly, it's 19.9 hours to remove and replace. But I take the long block price that has the extra 4 hours in it, 5 hours in it, and I roll all the chemicals and stuff that are needed, all the fluids that are needed into that price as well. So I charge the long block price, and it typically has all the extra dollars and stuff that I need for fluids and belts and hoses and brake while transferring an old rotten used engine to another rotten used engine. The guy says, I ain't paying $7,800 total out the door. There's no way. Well, then what are you going to do? Well, I'm going to source my own part. I'll call you back. And I'm in the process of telling him, hey man, I'm not about to use your part. I'm not going to do that. It's just not going to happen. And he hangs up the phone. He's going to have a rude awakening when he calls today. And I talk to him like, I'm not using your engine, man. If you source the engine, I'm not doing the job. I'm just telling you right now. You can come pick this thing up. I don't even want to be part of it. I'm already 80% convinced I don't want to do this job, just because of how the situation went with how rough he was with motherfuck this and motherfuck that and everything else. And blaming us for stuff that obviously, clearly has nothing to do with us as a shop, I want to walk away from the job. I almost thought about pricing the guy out of the job just so I don't have to do it. Come pick up your car. We're not interested in doing it. We don't have the time for it right now. Sorry that this is what you wanted done and you didn't want to hear what anybody else had to say, and we provided that service to you and now you're pissed that it didn't work. Sorry that my business partner didn't listen to, we're not doing this anymore. He felt bad because you kind of bullied him into it, and that wouldn't happen with me. I would have just said flat out, no, I'm not taking your diagnosis. If I can't diagnose the vehicle, I'm not going to put the starter on it. Instead, this big old dude or whatever that's real aggressive comes in. He's like, okay, I'll put the starter on it for you. Me? That doesn't work with me. No, sorry, I'm not putting the starter on your vehicle. Just because another shop diagnosed it as this, or they noticed the couple times that they started it, it sounded like the starter was going out. Yeah, the reason the starter was going out was because the engine was having a freaking hard time running right. And then finally, engine locked up. First time you got it real nice and hot was going on a drive to bring the vehicle home from all the hoses being fixed. And now this is where we're at now. So I'll let y'all know how this turns out. Have a great day. Be blessed.